So yeah. All right. So I want to introduce Ramesh. If you're a judge and you know it, please just stand up for a moment. Just stand up, judges. All right. So to all the groups presenting today, you will not have a range of judges that hit so many experiences, industries, resources that they can bring to bear. Now, some of them, this may be the one time you get in front of these people. Some of these could become lifelong friends, advisors, co-founders. But we are really proud to assemble this group. And they're all going to evaluate you, and a few will ask questions. But during the demo session, you'll get to know some of these. If you guys could just wave to our students, that would be great. All right, so sit down. Thank you for doing that. So this class, Ramesh is kind of like the Green Lantern. He got the ring and he's leading boldly. This class has a fine tradition. It's been going on for a while. Sandy Pentland put it in motion years ago. But Ramesh has really taken it to a whole nother level. And some know that he's the winner of the Lemelson Prize for Innovation, which is like the Nobel Prize for Engineering. And he's, in addition to being a practitioner, and a researcher, he's a leader. Ramesh, will you say something about your class?
Yeah, first of all, everybody, thank you for joining. Our final presentations of the AI Studio innovations in AI agents. I know the course has been going on for about 25 years, and about 4 years ago, we changed the format to make it more of a studio and not about entrepreneurship. So the focus now is actually even more hands-on building, because there's no excuse today in AI just to be talking about ideas over a semester or expectations that everybody actually has built, working prototypes, and they're really out there. And I think everybody's having a lot of fun. The students are having a lot of fun. I'm going to invite Nikolai, who has been co-teaching this course with me, to just say some opening comments.
Thank you. I don't have any opening comments, but yeah, welcome here. I hope you will enjoy these presentations. We have a lot of projects, 38, so we will be fast. But yeah, most of the projects, all of the projects are great and build agentic AI products and infrastructure for the world that is rapidly changing as we see. And I hope you will enjoy it. Thank you. John?
Okay, great. All right, so our second team is from India and Uzbekistan, 2 PhDs, one in chemistry, one in ECS at MIT, but you're not going to hear from them. That's Project R2, not R2D2. But our first presentation, come on down, is Alpha from Brazil and China, from Harvard and MIT. Let's hear what these guys have to say.
Hello. Sorry. Hi, guys. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming. We are solving a real-world problem here. Emerging markets, especially Brazil, investment industry needs disruption. They have a huge problem. Top financial advisors are only limited to ultra-high net worth individuals. There are a huge amount of conflict of interest there on commission-based models, and also every single small investor pay high advisory fees there. So what we are thinking is like leveraging AI to make it more accessible, lowering their costs. We will focus on a culture of being client-oriented and also make sure that AI agents give them a great experience, personalized and seamless. Our platform has AI financial advisors trained by investment experts, actionable investment recommendations, and also smart market and portfolio updates. So Michelle will walk you guys through the experience.
So your experience starts with this portfolio dashboard, where we display informative but not overwhelmed portfolio breakdowns. You can also easily buy or sell assets, and then in the backend, our system will automatically adjust your portfolio to keep you perfectly aligned with your long-term goals. Moving from this passive management, notice this pop-up message that will show on top of the screen, where we give you informative market insights connecting you directly to the central offer of our project, this immersive chatbot session experience with our AI advisor. So we curate this professional but intimate advisor persona based on agentic systems. This agent not only knows about the market, investment tricks, but most importantly, it knows about you, your interests, preference, and goals. So our long-term goal is to bring financial advising and investment knowledge to everyone. So if you are interested in this, scan this QR code and become the first to experience our transformative experience. Thank you.
So this was the first one. Sorry if the mic didn't work. This is what we're going to do.
You can answer yourself.
Yeah, let me just see. I'm going to have one question. Can you have the timer go 30 seconds? And a judge can pose it. You are not to answer it, but it's just to show the type of question. So does anyone have a question that they want to pose for this group? All right, go, Richard. Oh, yeah.
Hey, really fascinating idea. I'm curious, is this just for the Brazilian and emerging markets, or this also applies to, say, the US?
Okay, so you're not to answer that. You can follow up afterwards, walk off the stage. Actually, go this way. Give me the mics. All right, R2D2. Yeah. They're not R2D2, they're R2. Come on down.
Before they start pitching, few teams please line up always here. So if you're pitching like in 3, 4, 5 teams, please line up. So we have smooth transitions.
Hi everyone, I'm Shantanu, and let's talk about the struggles of experimental researchers. These are scientists you'll find in a clean room, a wet lab, or anywhere where the equipment they can break costs more than their salary. Our skills are based on hands-on experience. And so when learning a new procedure, we go to veteran lab mates or dig through old notes. These notes are often missing everything that we actually need. This costs us time, efficiency, reproducibility, and of course, money. To make our lives easier, we are building a multimodal AI lab copilot. It can see, it can hear, and it can give you real-time feedback. And it does this while tapping into your organization's knowledge base, and as you use it, it grows that knowledge base. This makes us very happy. Let's see it in action. This is not as good as our Copilot.
Hey, can you write down this part in the notes?
So this is working in real time, identifying equipment,
Can I get any idea of this thing?
giving safety feedback,
Yes, do I need to wear gloves? What is the brand of my computer?
and
Can you
describing
write
what
down
it
in the lab
sees.
notes what you see.
After you've run with the Copilot, you can upload your video of your experiment, and it can give you more in-depth analysis. So here we're massing out a chemical. It generates these beautiful notes, identifying the equipment and what was measured. Here's a more complicated experiment, multiple steps, again, measuring out a chemical, and many steps later, remembering exactly what it measured and how much it measured. We desperately need this as scientists, but we believe the opportunity for enterprise multimodal AI experts spans biotech, pharmaceuticals, robotics, and much more. If this excites you, let's talk. Thank you.
Okay, so like we did before, does anyone want to pose a question to this group that you will not get an answer from the stage? Anyone? Bueller? All right, Richard, 2 for 2.
Yeah, I always have questions. Is the value proposition in safety, or is it in helping you sort out the chemical? Like I might have missed it at the beginning, so I wasn't sure of what the exact value prop is. And I know I won't get an answer here. So.
Great.
Nope. All right. So go off. All right. Next group, come on down. The Alpha, Geraldine is from Brazil. So we have a pattern, Peru and China and Harvard and Sloan bust a move. That means go.
Okay, after 7 years in McKinsey leading digital and operational transformations, we are bringing this to higher ed. Most universities still run non-automatized processes, and there's a big opportunity left in the table. We are focusing on the first 3 core processes of the overall pipeline: student acquisition, lead management, and admissions. This will not only reduce CAC, but also it will increase revenues. Our crew of AI agents discover large data into a learning model to calculate likelihood to apply of each prospect student. Then it recommends personalized outreach sequences to create optimized best next actions on who to contact, when, and how. And finally, it evaluates and debates each application, devising the overall processes for final human approval.
Let me show you a quick demo of what this looks like in practice. Once the program details are entered, our prospection multi-agent starts. The dashboard ranks candidates by probability and lets the user move thresholds to adjust and have real-time KPI updates. Then we have our agents, the profile analyzer, the data loader, and the prospect modeler that outputs the detail and lets you see everything. The admission dashboard has a very similar agentic pipeline that builds upon the candidate blueprint, then extracts rubric scores, and shows the detailed rationale.
So higher education industry is huge. And with this solution, we are not only cutting inefficiencies, but also we are generating a lot of value left in the table.
We validate the pain points and the workflow with the admission team, and we are now scoping an MVP in a real admission cycle to prove conversion lifts, faster response time, and faster time saved. Our team combines strategy, AI engineering, and UX, and this is the first stage towards an agentic university. In higher ed, we are early movers, and we are looking for partner universities and angel investors. Thank you so much.
Okay, so here, give the clicker to them. All right, any question or observation? All right.
One question is, like, how do you account for any bias for non-standardized students coming in from like unknown universities and, you know, non-standardized backgrounds?
Okay,
Something
great. All right. Yep. Go that way. All right. Belarus and Brazil, CSAIL, and 13 years in construction. Did you actually move the buildings yourself, or you like manage people?
Not
okay.
that.
All right. All right. Go.
So, solving housing affordability, data center demand, net zero transition, they all require us to scale construction capacity. And construction firms struggle to do that now. 80% of bids fail, more than $100 billion are wasted per year on them. And the problem is most acute at the top of the funnel, as business development teams have the least transparency on projects. So we provide this transparency with SiteScope. We give construction firms early stage project signals, assess and prioritize them, and help them win those projects by providing research capabilities from internal and external data. Access to this data provides us intelligence that we intend to use to build in adjacent use cases with an eventual goal of having fully agentic agent-to-agent pre-construction. Everything before boots hit the ground should be done by AI. So, and this is not working.
So on the screen, we have a fully functional version of SiteScope. On one side, we have the data that is coming from our client, and the other side, we have the data that is coming from our internal database. When we combine this together, we use agents to calculate and estimate the fit of each of the projects and provide our customers with the best opportunities, what they are looking for. We also use agents to estimate the profit margins and also support our clients along the way if they have any questions regarding any specific project.
So we start with mid-sized companies, and we have a clear path towards the whole $50 billion opportunity. The good thing for us is that incumbents are ripe for disruption in our industry. We're a bit more concerned about early stage agentic AI startups in adjacent use cases. All of them got funding over the last 2 months or so. So we have to move fast, and that's what we do. We have 2 design partners and a pipeline of interested partners. We are a team of experienced construction professionals and AI engineers, Pavel, Gabriel, and Mingyang. Happy to stay in touch with you. Thank you.
Great. Any observations or ahas or questions? Beth. Beth is really smart. Be careful, everyone.
Oh dear. What is the pathway to integrate this kind of a system with what happens after site identification and modeling?
So yeah, you talk offline. Okay, go. All right. So our next group: Indonesia and Nigeria, energy, not petroleum, and telecom. Let's see what they got here. This one works. This is a fake mic. Yeah.
Oh. This one isn't.
For the video. Okay, thank you. So I have 10 friends. We have same dream. We want to have higher level of education, study abroad. But from 10 people, just one that fly to United States. It was me. The other failed. And the reason is because the standardized test. So the problem with the standardized test is the consultant for the standardized test was expensive and fragmented. The time constraint for test preparation is limited. It's static. The interview cases was same. So whenever they got dynamic question, they confused and they couldn't track their progress. So we gave this solution, one-stop solution for the standardized test preparation. And this is the demo of the product.
The user interface is a web-based user interface, and start.
Okay.
We have our web-based user interface. You create an account, or you link your Google account here, and the user here has signed up for the GRE, and we're going to be presented with a GRE verbal question with several options. So depending on your selection, you are presented with a detailed response. You have the opportunity to engage your AI personalized tutor to ask it any question and to give you detailed feedback. We have our menu on the top. You can do mock tests to simulate real exam conditions, different lengths of menu mock tests. Then we have the interview test press panel that simulates live interviews for standardized interviews like a consulting interview. Then we have the opportunity to also customize that interview experience for different difficulty levels as well as different pressure conditions under real live interview conditions. Then we have the analytics panel that tells you your learning profile, how you're doing, section by section performance so that you can target your preparation. Then you have your learning profile, your learning overview, and additional customizations for the user.
And I believe I could give great impact for the socialists, especially in the standardized test. So help us. Thank you.
So this is CSAIL and Sloan collaborating. All right, any ahas or observations or clarifying questions? Okay, exit. Here, I need the clicker. All right, so Ari, fourth year PhD student in computer science. We are 6 pitches in, 32 more to go.
Undergrad. Hi, my name is Ari. Hi, my name is Ari, and this is Entercom. We're building the easiest to use agent coordination platform. So over the past couple of months, we've spoken to numerous AI companies and startups, and we noticed that many of them are integrating multi-agent systems, but they're held back by how slow and complex this entire process is. And most of them end up with one context-limited and very difficult to code mega agent, because there's really no simple way for agents to coordinate at the moment. And so our solution is an extremely simple orchestration platform for multi-agent systems, where agents can communicate and collaborate over a single shared channel that is hosted on an HTTP endpoint. The idea is that developers can build task-specific and very simple agents, and we handle the coordination infrastructure. And so here's a demo. We have the UI, and users can register their agent fairly easily along with its capabilities. And they can hook up their agent using our SDK. It's only 6 lines of code. And in this demo, we have 3 agents. We have an agent that finds research papers, an agent that tweets, and an agent that creates tweets. And so they're very simple agents, and we are going to create a demo, or a sample request to tweet about agent-to-agent communication. And so as you can see, the orchestrator figures out which agents to talk to, and they're all communicating fairly quick, and you can monitor what they're talking about to figure out how to solve this task. And through this, we're able to execute a fairly complex task using only a couple extremely simple to build agents. And so over the past year, we've seen that MCP has gained a lot of traction, and now the market is shifting towards A2A through agent-to-agent through like Google's A2A protocol and manual orchestration tools like N8N. It's a huge market, and it's growing by the day, but there's really no clear winner for coordination infrastructure. We launched a couple of weeks ago. We already have 100 plus signups. We signed our first enterprise customer last week, and we have 2 companies piloting our product. We're also currently integrating our protocol into Nanda as we speak. As for our team, I previously founded a code editor startup that had over 200 users, and Richie previously scaled and built a community app to 20,000 users. Help us save time for developers. Thank you.
How are you thinking about observability?
PhD from MIT, Sloan Business School, and Harvard. And we got Romania, Michigan, and Boston.
Hello, everyone. Today we're presenting Agent Forge, which is our approach to red testing AI agents before deployment. The problem comes when development teams only focus on agent functionality, and that leaves the system open to targeted attacks. On top of that, there is no unified certification approach, so safety checks are left inconsistent and slow. So our solution focuses on designing an adversarial testing approach, which we stress test the agent with high-risk inputs to detect those vulnerabilities.
Yeah, so quick look at the demo. So you just log in with GitHub, and then you select which branch you want your agent to be tested on. You input all the API keys, and then it deploys automatically on an EC2 cloud instance, and then it registers with the Nest registry, and then you can run an audit. So here we're showcasing a child safety auditor. After the auditor finishes running, you get a safety score, and then it gives you a breakdown of different categories and different violations that it was able to detect. And then the final feature we want to showcase is public testing, where we're able to crowdsource agent testing, where other users are actually able to attack the agent that you just deployed.
And then I'll discuss a little bit about market opportunity. We think whatever websites exist today are going to become agents in near future. You already see the transformation with chatbots, but today that's the global website base. And generally it used to be SSL, which used to protect these websites. Agent deployment rate is assuming 10 to 15% growth. We have a $1 billion market in the next few years. What our strategic roadmap is around building the beachhead project with child safety to build brand, that we can actually solve some real hard problems. Then look at specific verticals like retail, where we think there's high ROI, because most of the companies are trying to build chat agents around this sale and point of sale events. As we create a healthy ROI, we'll go into the vertical expansions and we'll build monitoring around this. So yeah, if you have any questions, please feel free to chat.
Great. All right, thanks. So give the clicker. Any questions to these guys or All right, Jason?
Yeah, so look like most of the demo, including yours, are developing by these like AI vibe coding tools. So I'm curious, like what's some unique advantage or character of your team make you competitive in this seemingly easy vibe coding process? Thank you.
Right. Yeah, it's not that I don't think you can answer that. It's just for time we're not having. All right. Thank you. All right. So judges, we have 8 presented. We have 30 more to go. Who resents having signed up for this and want the hour back? All right, who's been underwhelmed so far? Who's been impressed? Who found one that they definitely want to follow up with at the demo session, which is after? All right, excellent. I was just standing with Ramesh, and I'm going to quote Ramesh. He said, and they built the whole damn thing for all of these. Like just a few semesters ago, these were PowerPoint slides, and people were talking about theoretical things they were going to build. That ain't today, and that ain't going to be our next one. Alex and Boris, they both are from Russia. They didn't know each other in Russia. I don't know how that works. HBS and Sloan, they're now buddies, and they're going to present their idea.
Hi, everyone. We're happy to present our project. It's called BuyBuddy, and the problem that we're trying to solve is e-commerce product discovery. Because we believe that it is now broken. Because first, Customers are faced with decision overload when you go to the website and you search through a myriad of products. You need to go through filters, use keywords, etc. Is confusing. Second, search doesn't understand the context that you're looking for. You're going to the beach and you need a camera. The search doesn't know that you need that. And third, if you use foundational models, OpenAI, Gemini, merchants cannot influence how the products are presented. And we're trying to solve this product. So we built a conversational AI agent that intimately knows your store assortment and can give your customers a perfect advice. So this is how it works. So customer goes to a camera store, it goes to the chatbot, asks for a camera for advice. AI thinking, looking through the information on the website, the products, and provides a perfect solution. And you can either go to the product page and see details, or you can just go directly to checkout.
This is yeah, we are working on interception of e-commerce market, $70 trillion, and conversational live market. And we know that 71% of people need advice to their products.
Yes, and what you just saw, it's just the first step. We're focusing on the B2C experience, but once we build the infrastructure, once we get the feedback from humans, we are ready to move into the Agentic web, where AI agents would be able to buy products and automatically and communicate with each other with the use of our product. Thank you.
Okay, so Google's original innovation was to use links to figure out who to trust. So my question here would be, how are you going to figure out who to trust so that you just don't end up with a bunch of content spam?
So, and to judges, thank you for asking these questions without getting answers. It's a way to give feedback that the students are being heard. So who has not compiled data on COVID for 7 countries? That 7 countries depended on. All right, well, one of these 2 has, from Afghanistan. And from LA, not from Afghanistan. Yeah, Atlas, go.
Awesome. Hi, all. We're Atlas, your MRI for organizational behavior and institutional change. My name is Max.
My name is Tawab.
We wanted to ask the question of how do you replicate the magic of Silicon Valley? It's something that people have spent billions on. Russia, Saudi Arabia, I mean, even in Wisconsin. It's so funny. How do you replicate this magic, this culture behind it? And it's billions spent and oftentimes little success. We think one of the big reasons for this is that people are looking at the wrong metrics. They're looking at patents created, jobs, VC funding, all of which is useful, but ultimately they're lagging indicators. If you want to understand a culture, you have to look at the culture itself. In order to do that, you have to look at the stories you tell. That's exactly what we do. So Atlas analyzes a large amount of web data to find narrative patterns in certain areas to show policymakers where innovation culture is showing up before the other metrics do. So what does this actually mean? Previously, if you were trying to create the next Silicon Valley, you could ask the question of how many startups do we have? But that wouldn't actually be that useful. If you want to make an investment decision, something far more useful would be to understand what epicenters are dictating collective entrepreneurial values, what institutions seem to be driving organizational change. And that's exactly what we do.
In terms of the underlying architecture, we basically ingest data from different public sources from a region and then run it through an agentic pipeline to identify the narratives and actors that are then converted into a knowledge graph. We compare this knowledge graph against other regions for benchmarking purposes and then perform analysis on it to convert it into actionable insight. And this is an example of our dashboard. Basically, you can see the graph that is generated there from the ingested data, where the nodes represents the narratives and the actors, and the edges represents the connections between them. Each node can be clicked on to get further information. For the sake of time, we'll skip the demo part of it. And what we have now is basically an MVP, and what we're looking for is a pilot partner, a city, foundation, or agency that is interested in pushing innovative ecosystems and tired of using the old hard metrics. We would love to work with you if you're one of them.
All right. Any
Thank you. Fascinating stuff. What would Wisconsin need to gain the relationship capital to become another Silicon Valley? Thank you.
So our next group, 3 second-year students at Harvard C's School of Engineering, and they all met each other there. They're all from China. Let's hear what they got. Oh, and we're 4th begun, so we have 3/4 more to go.
Are you a student who's tired of waiting hours for your ad or Piazza post get answered? Or passing our materials into GPT, trying to generate some practice questions? Or a professor scrolling through a wall of code trying to identify where your student actually stuck? EdTech is booming, but now of the AI tools that tailor for your real class materials. That's why we built OpenTA, grounded citation-backed answers from your class materials with full oversight and control for the professors.
Our product provides solutions for both the student side and professor side. On the student side, we have LLM RAG-powered chatbot that provides course answers with citations. There's also a FAQ-based personalized quiz generation and homework help that provides guidance with guardrails. On the professor side, we have a dashboard with analytics that surface the performance of the whole cohorts. And lastly, there's AI-powered similarity question clustering so that the professors can provide canonical answers to the student side as well.
In the student console, the chatbot gives cited answers. The Daily Learning Hub designs personalized quizzes to help you digest knowledge and keep track of what you need to improve. The assignment helper provides hints and debugging support for each of the assignment questions without giving away the correct answers. In the professor console, we can view the dashboard, student analytics, and content gaps. It also groups similar questions into clusters, allowing professors to create canonical answers. These answers will update instantly on the student side, so professors don't need to repeat themselves.
As we can saw in the demo, the OpenTA already works end-to-end, but what truly matters is the quality. First, our triple pipeline generates citation-backed answers. Second, students get personalized guidance rather than shortcuts. Third, instructors get a clear, effortless view of where students are struggling. Looking ahead, we're extending this into a full platform with persistent pipelines, deeper analytics, and multi-core support. We're excited about where this is going, and we'd love to hear your feedback. Thank you.
Any observations? Yes, Daryl.
Yeah, hi, thank you. My question is, basically, I saw the sourced implementations here. How about unsourced implementation? Thank you.
Okay, great. All right, so these 2 next people didn't know each other in elementary school, but they did go to high school together. They went to Cornell together, School of Architecture. They're living with each other as friends. Neither of them have siblings, so they're like their other brother from another mother. And they're at Harvard Graduate School of Design. Let's see if being lifelong friends helps them or hurts them in their presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, our next group.
Thank you. Oh, thank. Oh, so hey guys, we're Tao. So we help buildings bring curated activities to residents with a one-click experience. Engagement is becoming essential for retention, but building lacks the bandwidth, so we automate the entire experience layer. Today, residents feel disconnected. Vendors can't access communities, and building can't scale events because everything is manual. There's no local living ecosystem link between the 3. Tao automates the full event workflow, connects building and vendors, and activates amenities into experience hubs. Our platform creates a self-reinforcing engagement engine, more events, more participation, and stronger community.
So our system makes it easy for residents to connect with their community and also for building managers to connect or oversee all activities. Our agent canvas system that streamlines planning, coordination, and other activities for a building. And also, as a reverse workflow, the third-party vendor can also reach out the buildings And the building staff can discover those proposals, select what you love, and approve with a single tap. Our system makes it simple to turn community ideas into events and experiences residents are truly enjoying. As you can see from this matrix, our agent system significantly reduced the chaos from the original manual workflow. So we have 2 team members, and let's jump into the demo.
So the building manager can find the vendors through our agentic web systems. So this is a demo that shows when you have a event plan in mind, and you can the agent will help you to search for a lot of vendors that are related to you. And all you need to do is do one click, so the agent just to review what the agent did, and the agent will help you to do the email back and forth. And also in the process, you can compare different vendors and also accept or decline the proposals. After doing that, your events, the agent will help you to post into the community, which all the residents can see. And also the agent will help you to organize all the group chats and all the afterwards of the events.
And that's it, thanks.
Okay, so anyone want to, okay.
Okay, just a real quick comment. Check out what Kobu, C-O-B-U, a Boston-based startup, is doing.
All right, our next presenter lived in Shenzhen for a while because he was very involved in the EV manufacturing space. He goes to Harvard Business School. He does not know how to use a clicker, but he's getting some help on that. And he wants to be a global citizen. He doesn't plan to go back to China, and he has a great presentation. Let's hear it. Go.
Yeah, thank you. I just learned a new thing here.
Your logo.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. My name is Ying. I'm building Coniverse, which is an AI operating system and also intelligent part marketplace for auto parts, for auto repair shops. And you know, there are 200,000 repair shops running in constant chaos right now in US. So for example, like there are 30% of calls unanswered. So they are losing a lot of like potential opportunity to get sales revenue. And also they have to, once they got the order, they have to bounce between 4 to 5 different software to get the job done, which is inefficient. And also they have to pay very high price for the auto parts because there are lots of middlemen in the process, so which is not so good for them. So that's why I want to build Coniverse to help them improve the current situation. So on stage 1, we will build an AI voice agent to help them manage all the customer call and do systematic follow-up to get increase in revenue by maybe 10 or 20%. On stage 2, we will connect the workflow directly with our part marketplace. So with one click, they can just find the optimal parts to purchase, either from third party or from our own private supplier on the platform. Over time, we will integrate all the 4 to 5 different software into one AI native one, so that the owner doesn't have to pay over like $2,000 for the different fragmented software. And the market is huge. There are $100 billion for the marketplace, and there are $5 billion for the software market. And here's how it works. So the AI summarize all the missed call information demands from a customer. So you can just create the lead very easily, and then you can just using the function of find parts, create quote, and there you can find all the like players and supplier from third party, and also our own platform, our own supplier. Yeah, so that's basically how it works. So for now, we have built some initial product. We have secured some large manufacturer to be our like private supplier, and also we have secured a dozen of repair shop to do the pilot. And for our team, I have 6 years experience in operation, investment in repair, in e-commerce, retail, distribution industry. My co-founder is a software engineer in Amazon, leading some agent innovation for e-commerce. Yeah, thank you.
Observation? Anyone other than Richard? All right. The PhD student from NAP, what do you got? Here, no, Ying. He's gonna validate you by saying something profound.
I wonder, are you sourcing the parts for the repair shops from US suppliers, or is there opportunity to source globally? And if so, if there's a way to kind of engineer the routes around the tariff, I'd be interested in hearing more.
So our next, you're off. Our next speaker married into Israeli-Russian family, and she couldn't get a haircut without going through her mother-in-law, and you'll find out why. From China, from Beijing, and at Harvard Graduate School of Education. Let's hear what Rong has to say. Go.
So my mother-in-law is in her 50s, and she has been running her at-home beauty salon ever since she migrated. And I know her, and the clients who have followed her for over a decade knows about her, but anybody else who need her actually can't find her. Why? Because the internet has made people like her invisible. They cannot afford $30 per month subscription fee, and then they don't speak fluent English. Most importantly, most of the time when you get your haircut, you want cash, they want cash only at the end, right? So people cannot reach her. But she's not alone. In the US alone, there are over 500,000 individual stylists who suffer just the same like her. So I built an app, Glogo, for them. For the artisans, they can just conversational onboard, and then they have a booking cancellation buffer for their agent. If one customer cancellate on them, and then their agent will communicate a discount offer on that time and offer it to someone else, they support multi-language and multi-payment system. And for us, it's even easier to use. So this is a demo. Okay. How does it play? Why? Okay.
Hi, Ron. What service are you looking for today? I'm looking to get a haircut. Okay, a haircut. Great choice. To help me narrow down the perfect options for you, what's your budget for this service?
Between $20 to $45.
Okay, great. I can definitely help you find a haircut in the $20 to $45 range. I noticed you have MIT AI Venture Pitch Final on Thursday, December 04. How about getting your haircut done the day before on Wednesday, December 03 around 10 o'clock a.m.? That way you'll look fresh and have plenty of time to get ready for your big event.
December the 3rd around 10 a.m. sounds great.
Awesome. December 3rd at 10 a.m. works. To finalize the booking, where would you like to get this haircut done?
Well, I live around Davis Square.
I found these haircut options near Davis Square, Somerville, MA. Verified live from online sources. Yelp. 1. Marilyn James Health and Beauty, 5.0. 34 College Ave, Somerville, MA 021452. Hair by Jillian Jimmo, 5.0. Waltham, MA 02452. 3. Renaissance Salon, 5.0. 1120 Broadway, Somerville, MA 02144. Would you like to book an appointment?
Okay, so actually it's a $90 billion, and our beachhead market will be starting with solo artisans and individual stylists. So we have a team, and I have a technical co-founder behind. He's really married into my idea. Literally, he is my husband. So okay, that's the team. All right, thank you guys.
So our next group, Stanford and Middlebury, Ukraine and Oregon, and one was working at Twitch. I won't tell you which one, and the other just their product just launched. It's the band connected with the Meta glasses, and we'll see how that goes. But let's hear what they have to say. And they're both at Harvard MBA/engineering program, and they met there. They didn't know each other before. Bust a move.
Hey everyone, I'm Zaina. I'm Amir, and we're building Hopscotch. The primary investment in Silicon Valley right now is going into what I would call search and retrieval content discovery. And the problem with this is that it's attention monetizing by nature. So it's designed to suck you in rather than helping you explore content on the web. And it's very helpful for many of the tasks, but we're hunter-gatherers by nature. And there's a part of us that wants to go on this co-creation and discovery experience online. So that's what we built here.
Our solution is an agentic visual discovery platform. Think Midjourney meets Pinterest. It's a rabbit hole for your exploration. Most importantly, it's shareable and remixable with friends. So let us show you. Here in this demo, I'm searching for inspirations for my upcoming trip to Japan. So looking at various Japanese food options, clicking on the website links, clicking on similar or different to tune my recommendations. Can also hop back and forth between what I've seen, steer into a different direction. For example, look at various sushi varieties or Japanese tea pairings. And then I can also summarize and share this hop exploration with my friends.
This is a huge market opportunity to collect human-centered data. So there are already some early findings on LLMs actually have brain rot just like humans. And we were interested in both kind of like looking at what the data can be used for value, as well as a subscription-based model for content discovery and sharing with friends. There are some huge players in the space like Meta and Google, and also Pinterest as a more moderate comp.
In terms of traction, we've done dozens of user interviews, and there are a few things that stood out to us. First, discovery and search are distinct use case. So there's an interest in goal-oriented searching and also open-ended exploration. The second takeaway is that folks are interested in writing each other's algorithms, so sharing the exploration that they've done online with each other. Finally, the result quality is paramount. That builds trust with our users and makes the exploration path much more interesting. So you can see a screenshot down there of one way we can do that.
Okay, any observations? Okay, Beth. Beth is one of the instructors in the class, and awesome.
Thanks, John. How are you thinking about the share part, like the Pinterest? You said it was the combo of, with Pinterest. So how are you thinking about that aspect of it specifically, since you didn't really show that? Because that, to me, seems like the most sort of forward-looking part of what you're doing.
Okay, great. Go that way. Is Matt Henshin in the room? Matt was the traveling chief of staff for Bill Bradley when he ran for president. He didn't win, right? No, but Matt's a lawyer. These two are lawyers. Here, come. One from India, one from Nigeria. One was a beauty queen winner. I'm not going to reveal which one.
Maybe not me.
The beauty queen practiced law for 12 years. The other one, only 9. But they're both at the Kennedy School of Government, and they have something to say. And, I'm remiss, you're supposed to acknowledge high-ranking officials in the room. Is Phil Clay in the room? Here, Phil, can you just stand up? Yeah. One of our judges, don't be intimidated, but he ran the school, the chancellor of MIT, for like a long time and did a great job. And I think the world of Phil. So thank you for being a judge. Are you being a tough judge or like an easy judge? Okay. All right. All right. And can I reveal which one was the beauty queen, or you want that to be a secret?
Let them guess.
All right. We're going to let you guess. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, our next one.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Chineye Owanaka, and I'm from Nigeria.
My name is Prakhar, and I'm from India.
Okay, so we're here to present eval. Most of my life, I've spent advising governments as a lawyer, big tech companies and funders. And one of the big challenges I see is gap between the needs of the people on the ground and those who are implementing policies and programs, be it presidents, city councilors, fund managers. And with everything going on in the world, with all the shifts that are happening, people want to make smarter decisions, and they want to put their money in places that most need it. And so this is basically our problem statement. We want to save billions of dollars, and we want to impact lives. And so I'll hand over to you to talk about how eval works.
So we did a quick analysis. We tried to delve deeper to understand why this problem was coming out. Primarily, the MAB firms are also to be blamed, but we also understood that a bulk of this problem was coming because countries did not know how to get feedback and analyze it better, organize it better, and a lot of times, a lot of data was falling through cracks. So we decided we'll build an AI agent, which basically helps you gather feedback through a multi-channel system. We built a platform which is connected to SMS, WhatsApp, email, and a web form. It brings it through an NLP-powered process where it analyzes all the feedback, puts it through a data analytics pipeline, and gives it to the relevant department through a dashboard. Right now, we tested it with a bunch of departments. We are now fine-tuning the prompts and our web forms to align it with what survey experts typically use. But the goal is to make sure that people do not spend a lot of time running feedback processes and gathering this data, and they're able to do this more efficiently.
Yes, so whether you're an international organization, whether you are a fund manager, whether you're a city councilor, or whether you're an investor, you want to make better decisions that are smarter and that are more impactful. And so you should choose eval. Not just like a big lawyer or consultant like we are. Use technology. Thank you.
Matt, you need to say something, given that you practice law and they both practice law. You guys can sue each other.
Best single use case, so not across all grants or whatever, but how do we make this a better, what's an example that makes this work?
Yeah, you should follow up with him and tell him he's really smart, even if you don't think so. He might help you. All right, next, so who knows who James T. Kirk is? If you know your Star Trek, that happens 250 years from now. Wrath of Khan, the movie, 250 years. Now, it's not true, it's fictional, so it may not happen, but this guy's from Iowa, where James T. Kirk is from. He's a cardiologist, a doctor, and studying business at Sloan. Let's hear what the cardiologist has to say.
Hi, everyone. I'm Rahul, and we're building Trial IQ. We're creating the autonomous voice agents for clinical trials. So currently, clinical trials are a $100 billion industry, but they're fragmented by slow communication involving thousands of phone calls. Trial coordinators make these phone calls every single day, and trials are run on voicemails and phone tag. 80% of clinical trials are behind target because of delays, and one of the contributing factors to delay is the communication mechanisms behind trials, which involves these manual phone calls. So we're building voice AI agents for clinical trials, and we're starting in cardiology. So our agents can communicate fluently in multiple languages and know what exactly questions to ask from patients in trials. They can provide information about the trial, remind patients about appointments, check in on how they're doing, and monitor for any safety concerns in the trial. I'm going to share with you a demo here, and I'll ask the team in the back to just start our video in the corner here.
Hello?
Hello, my name is Ben, and I'm an AI agent calling on behalf of Brigham and Women's Hospital Clinical Trial Center. Is this a Rash?
Yeah, it is me.
Is this a good time to chat briefly about your recent missed appointment with the trial follow-up group?
Yeah, it is a good time. We can chat.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Can you tell me a little bit about why you missed your recent appointment?
And as you can see from the system, it can be tailored to the individual clinical trial, but it also has built-in safety mechanisms, so it always escalates to humans when necessary. My co-founder and I are a team from Harvard and MIT, and we've already built a prototype, and we're looking for further partnerships for a pilot program. We have our first in potential that's going to start in 2026. Feel free to reach out with any questions after. Thank you.
Well done. And I have a special guest on the phone for a second. All right, anyone want to make a profound observation? All right, the profound observation will come from my guest. Who knows what Amazon Prime is? Who's used Amazon Prime? Well, this next guest on the phone is 18-year board member of Amazon. They're like 5 people, and he's the one who said, let's call it Prime. So if you resent Prime or are glad, you could congratulate him or thank him. He also created Electronic Arts, and I think they have a character in the TV show Silicon Valley based on him. But Ben Gordon, who's a longtime partner at Kleiner Perkins, we're at Demo Day. I know you've helped with this class. I'm sorry you're not here. There are 40 judges and about 150 people in the room, and we've just heard our 17th pitch. We have 17 more to go. Will you just say something profound to this group?
Oh, yeah. The best thing in the world is to deal with Mother Nature as a founder, as opposed to dealing with grown-ups and judges and people and teachers. So hopefully your judges can give you feedback that help you beat the Mother Nature of the real world and customers.
Yeah. I'm not going to drop the mic, but that felt like a drop the mic thing. You were a major player in Web 2, where Silicon Valley won. I will concede that. I think AI, you know, who knows where things are going. Any observations for this moment?
Yeah, I'm working with a lot of companies that are doing prompt and module, and then think of chain of thought as the primary way to build things right now, with chain of modules, and doing it right now in games and engineering and healthcare, at least those. So.
Yeah, that sounds good. So Bing just randomly called me, and this is what happened to him.
One more thing. The biggest insight so far is that AI is like a 10 to 100x multiplier for great thinkers and great engineers, and it's kind of a pain in the ass for civilians so far. So if you're a brainiac, great engineer, that's your goal, at least 10x and maybe 100x more productivity than the normal world. But it really is that kind of leverage really separates the old 10x engineers from the normals.
Yep. For time, I'm going to cut you off. I know you do a poem for all your friends for the holidays. Are you going to have ChatGPT do that, or are you going to do all like 250 poems yourself this year?
No, I can still crush GPT on poetry.
Okay. All right, Word, I'll call you back when there's a break, but thank you for letting me put you on the spot. All right, so this is kind of comedy. We're at the halfway point, but we're not going to give you a short break because your form goes up to 19, so we're going to do up to 19, a little over halfway, and then we're going to collect the forms, and then Nikhil, you know, like in the Flintstones, the bird that chisels the pictures in that camera, our ChatGPT is Nikhil. Here, can you wave Nikhil, a PhD student here? He's going to compile the scores to see who's doing well and who's doing okay and who's doing other. So we got two more. All right, come on down. They both know martial arts, both buddies at Harvard Graduate School of Education, and they're both from China. All right, let's go.
Hello everyone, and I'm Jess and a friend. And today, because the time limited, so we just put our QR code here, and you will see very interesting survey. And the first 100 person will get our free membership. So, and have you imagined this? If you do the exercise alone, and who guides you precisely and safely? If you want your own workouts, how to do it? If you want somebody else spontaneously join you exercise, and who can do it whenever and whatever? Yes, it's our products. It's called your private AI crew coach. It's kind of your own private planner, your own counselor, and your own the care monitor. So actions speak louder than words. Let Frank show you the detail of the products.
So I'm Frank. Motion Edge is a multi-agent movement coach for somatic exercise like Tai Chi that helps you train, tailors your workout plans, and motivates you and avoid injuries. And that's me doing Tai Chi Cloud Hand while AI gives real-time movement data feedback based on the movement analytics. And as you can see here, it creates adaptive workout plan by finding the best training hour based on your circadian rhythm, your schedule, and weather. Then sync it to your calendar. Wait, can you? Oh, sorry, the video is not playing. Okay. Oh, yeah. As you can see here, yeah, it creates the training workout plan and sync it back to your calendar. And you can report pain to our eye care agent, which tracks safety and adjust your training plan as to avoid risky movements. And it tracks your fall and injury risk in workout like knee over toes, as you can see here. And the safety score drops as the risk rises, and it tracks your progress as you grow. Then you can also customize your training time window, choose if weather matters, and share biometric data for deeper personalization, plus gamified training and live PvP with your friends. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Any observations? Here, give the clicker over there. Any observations? Okay, here, Garrett.
It looks like a very broad, flexible platform. I would wonder if you had to focus on one target group to really gain traction, which one would it be?
And he's connected with all sorts of agencies and big companies that you're going to want to collaborate with. All right, exit. All right, our next group, so millennials and Gen Z, you'll have no idea what I'm talking about, but there was a TV show called Newhart, and a guy came in and said, this is my brother Daryl, and this is my other brother Daryl. They both have the same initials, AG and AG. One's from Austin, Texas, the other's from UNC, one went to Princeton, one went to U Chicago. I find Princeton people always wear orange, but I guess that's not orange. All right, let's hear what they got. Go.
So it's 2025 and we still use things like this. We use when to meet, and we are sending endless when are you free texts. And even with tools like Zapier, Calendly, scheduling with others is a huge friction point. And we're MBA students, we go to the same campus every day, and still MBA students spend weeks chasing each other down to book 30 minutes on their calendars. And there's no go-to social tool for this.
Our solution is an AI scheduling agent that negotiates on your behalf.
So just as a little mock-up, so you can text the agent what exactly you want to find. You've already synced either your Outlook, your iCal, etc., or multiple calendars, and the agent will identify with both parties where the overlapping gaps for availability is. It will then suggest possible options, and when both parties agree to a time, it will automatically book on their calendars. And then the next little video is more of a future vision where this integrates in your group chat. And say you have 5 people who are trying to find a time for dinner together, this will automatically identify and book that time. And so we see scheduling as the wedge. And actually group chats and group agents are the next frontier of AI agents. In fact, ChatGPT quietly just launched group chats in various countries. And so we think that once our agent can handle time, the next step is group projects, family coordination, logistics, and everything else.
So our moat is distribution. We'll start where scheduling is daily reflex, MBA campuses, and then we'll expand Particle style into social groups, and then Slack style into teams and startups, spreading from group chats to every chat. And in terms of our bio, as we said, we're both MBAs. I come from public equity investing. Ankita is a former hardware founder, but mostly we're just really busy.
Observations? Validate that they're on the right track. Anyone? Anyone have busy lives and need help scheduling?
Why wouldn't existing providers do this?
Our next person, actually, just before I introduce you, so you never know who's in the room. The third treasurer of the United States. I mean, CTO. This is Alexander Hamilton of the CTO. She worked for the Obama administration, and there's like a special library of all her great work she did in leading our country. And she was a graduating speaker before Damon and after Cook for MIT. Ladies and gentlemen, Megan Smith. Yeah. Okay, so she went to Columbia University. She's a Colombian American, and where are you at school now? Currently at Harvard, a master's in engineering. All right, and you want the clicker? Yes. Yeah. Don't use psychic powers. Yeah. Go.
Hi everyone. After this, there'll be a break, so that's good. And just to introduce myself, my name is Isabella Yepes. I'm a master's student in engineering, and I wanted to ask to start off, how many of you think learning STEM is fun? You can raise your hands. Okay, some of us are not raising our hands, but that's STEM, right? And you're not alone, because 40 to 60% of students nationwide switch from STEM majors due to poor teaching, and visual tools help with information retention. Students are 89% more likely to stay engaged and focused during lessons with visual materials, leading to higher persistence in the subject matter. And at Upcurved, we believe that education in STEM should be fun and it should be engaging for students. So that's why our product is generating educational content to explain complex concepts. So you can see this video. Let's see if that click works.
Introducing Upcurved.
So you log in, and then you're taken to like a chat interface where you can ask for concepts to be
Una
explained.
función convexa es una curva que se curva hacia arriba como una sonrisa.
So it's multilingual for a
Stiffness
global
means
audience.
the system has widely varying timescales of response.
So these were just 2 examples of like short snippets of videos. The videos are longer,
In
but
3D, our feasible region is a convex polyhedron.
so we support 3D graphs and code snippets as well. And you can make it as long or as short as you want, just with interest of time. That's what I am including. So yeah, we have quizzes, podcasts, and RAG on the back end. So we want to scale and deploy a live URL, setting up like 2 different clients for business to consumer or business to business for school districts. Yeah, and I think that's about all I have right now, but thank you guys. Yeah.
Okay. So anyone want to make an observation? Anyone? We're trying to create FOMO so people follow up at the break. Anyone? You just say something. Fidelity in the house.
All right. Thank you so much. Would be good to further consider differentiator, especially in regards to ChatGPT and already existing solutions in this space. Thank you.
All right, so what's nuts is we're just halfway begun. So the glass is half empty or half full, depending on how you see it. I want to thank a bunch of our judges. I see the co-founder of City here. Can you just stand up? One of the leaders who founded Cradles to Crayon. No joke, if you don't know what it is, look it up. Like, we got everyone in the house. We got great people here. What I'd like to do is call on 2 or 3 or 4 judges just to share 3 ideas that they remember that they were intrigued by. We're at the halfway point, but before we do that, Megan, come on down. You're one of the social justice heroes of our time. Will you say something?
Hi. Thank
You're saying stereo.
Hello. Okay, impromptu. I love this class because it's very much in Media Lab spirit. I was a student when the original building was new, demo or die. There's such hard problems, so making something as a way to express into the world a new idea is very cool, so thank you to all the students who showed up. I just came from a meeting 2 or 3 weeks ago that Pope Leo called. I don't know if people are aware, but Pope Leo taught math and physics high school. And he chose his name Leo or Leo, depending on your accent, because of this second industrial age pope, who in the second industrial age, the Gilded Age, was exciting, but also really oppressive for a lot of people. And a lot of people were being dramatically injured by workforce challenges, child labor, pollution, all the stuff that we inherit from them. So we inherit good ideas and some terrible things that we have to fix. But there were innovators like Jane Addams and Ida B. Wells, social justice, data scientists, people who solved. And Ada Lovelace, which the Pope and I spoke about Ada. Ada's, of course, the inventor of artificial intelligence when she said she would like to bequeath to the generations a calculus of the nervous system. She said that at the time of Darwin. Of course, she was the daughter of Lord Byron, and Mary Shelley created Frankenstein with her father. And so these issues are present with us, right? This same echo of what's good and what's dangerous for humanity, for animals, for nature, for the world. So I'm really excited for all of the innovations, but especially the social justice and environmental justice and other innovators here. And the reason why is those problems are way harder than doing it with a blinder on. And so I really encourage you to run at that. You're widening the aperture of solutions, and that's what we do. We run at hard problems. So I'm really proud of everybody for doing this work. Thank you.
And I see Stephen Kennedy Smith, former fellow here and longtime entrepreneur. His cousin is in the current administration. If you want to ask how that's played out in the family dynamics, he's right there. And his dad ran John F. Kennedy's campaign and would not have been elected, so you can get some good gossip. Are you available for gossip? Or not on that subject, but the other subject maybe. All right, can I get 3 judges just to share what are some ideas that stuck? Devin, I know you don't know I'm calling on you, but I just did.
Hi, everyone. I'm Devin. I just marked them. Let me come back to it. But the 3 that stuck with me was first intercom, the automated coordination for AI agents. I thought that was really interesting. Hopscotch, which was doing the agentic content discovery for creative processes, kind of marrying Midjourney with Pinterest. I thought that was a clever idea. Then finally, Flock. It's a pain point that I have in my day-to-day life, and scheduling agent that negotiates meetings with friends and between people could be.
I got to
really
cut you off. Good, well done. All right, Chancellor, what do you got?
I was intrigued by the admissions proposal. It's very difficult. We think it's simple, and I like the concepts that were introduced for the machine language to sort out in the process.
All right, thank you, Chancellor.
I'm fascinated by targeting places that you wouldn't think would adopt AI, like auto body shops, home hair salons, etc. I think that's a wonderful application.
Yeah, and she married into an Israeli-Russian family, so there's a lot of good stories there too. All right, Gay, real quick, and then we're
yeah. No, I like the Project R2 and the notion of being able to to reproduce research more effectively.
Yeah. So if you are wondering if the judges are listening, they are. Judges, you get 2 minutes to stand up and stretch. Don't leave your seat, but you are allowed to stretch. And Nikolai, will you say something?
Yeah. But please don't leave your seats. Try to stretch
because we will start in 1 minute. We have 1 more hour. Okay. Yeah. So I wanted to say and share my observation. I think we are in a very nice moment in time where it gets much easier to build stuff, as you mentioned. Some teams were 1-person team, 3-person teams, and they achieved more than 5-7 people could achieve last year. So I think it's a good time to build, and I'm glad that you're here. And we need to start the second hour.
Yeah, yeah. Ramesh, do you want to say something?
Yeah, I think you've seen some amazing teams, and what I think's really important to appreciate is that keeping the MIT ethos, MIT Harvard ethos, we always want to think what's coming for the next 3 to 5 years, and not get enamored by what seems to be very hot. You know, when you read in the press and the TechCrunch and so on. So I'm very delighted that people are doing ambitious projects, and I hope you will encourage them as well. Remember, from 12 to 1, we also have the showcase. So you'll have an opportunity to go around and meet many of the teams, look at their innovations, share any feedback, give any pointers. So we thank you for being here.
Could please sit down and get back on the bus. That was the stretch in Albany on the way to Ithaca University, or Cornell. The midway break. That's all you get. There are bathrooms right here if you want to use them. All right, our next guy, he's a sophomore studying computer science at Harvard College. He's from Australia. Let's hear what this guy who loves hackathons, let's figure out how he's spending his precious cycles on an entrepreneur effort. Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Yu.
All right, hey everyone. Who here hates design? I freaking hate design as a developer. And as a non-designer, it's really, really hard to vibe code something that has beautiful design. I need my website to look good. I need to build consumer trust. But I don't have time to agonize over design details. I need to go out, talk to customers, build, ship, iterate. So I built Taste Buds, which is vibe prototyping, vibe designing that lets you easily compare and explore many design possibilities, starting with landing pages. So you enter in a single prompt, and Taste Buds spawns dozens of agents with different models, including latest like Gemini 3 Pro, and different flavors, from clean and minimalistic to playful and experimental. So it generates dozens of prototypes for you. And as a non-designer, I don't have a clear idea of what design I want. I just need 2 things. Do my features work, and do they look good? And so you can easily Tinder swipe left, right, to compare and contrast these prototypes. Then once you have a winner, you can easily export it out into Lovable if you're a non-technical person, or continue building in Cursor if you're technical. Or you can directly edit these prototypes, make tweaks directly within the platform. So why now? Vibe coding has exploded. Lovable, everyone's using Lovable, but it's really difficult for startups to now stand out beyond these other AI-generated websites and design content. And with latest models like Gemini 3 Pro, it now makes it possible for you to generate entire suites of design assets, brand assets, social media graphics. And Lovable doesn't do that. It's a fragmented solution. So I want to build essentially your AI founding designer, a holistic system for you to manage your design across your startup. So Taste Buds is live. You can scan this QR code, use tastebuds.dev. My ask is feedback, people trying it out, and just getting lots of user research and interviews. So thank you.
Great. All right. Anyone want to give an observation, reaction? All right. Great. Adam?
Yeah, I love what you're doing here. I think a lot of us feel like we have no idea how to design something, but we kind of know it if we see it. So I can see you're addressing that. The question I would have would be, how do you actually make sure it's being trained on great design as opposed to the okay to kind of crappy design that permeates the web?
Great. All right, thank you. All right, our next graduate school of design from China. Let's, the designer, but into software. Let's see what he got. Go.
Hello, everyone. Today I'm presenting Formless, form filling copilot in your web browser. So this comes from an everyday problem. Everyone fills out countless online forms. They're repetitive, they are inconsistent, and thus time-consuming, and we really need a tool to automate this kind of process. Current platforms solve some part of the problem, but they all have some drawbacks. Chrome autofill can do some simple HTML labeled fields, but only limited to that. And rule pattern-based will need you to have time-consuming configuration of the regress stuff. And simplify is only limited to job application. And ChatGPT can makes you very friction workflows of changing tabs between forms and also the chat interface. So I think there will be a market niche to combine the power of AI to the form filling application and to do semantic field matching and to do adaptive response writing to release all the power of AI and help you to do save your time when you do the form filling. And we've witnessed the evolving capabilities of large language models, and also we've witnessed the cursor, which has validated the human AI co-editing workflows. So I'm presenting Formless here. Let's see a demo. Okay, sorry. So here is a Google form, and here you can see my extension has recognized all the forms, and we can do one click, and it will retrieve all the information from Memory Hub and fill in all the forms here. And if you are not good with the answer AI generated, you can do the inline edit to give a custom prompt or custom context to rephrase the answer that AI has generated for that form. So we can get tailored to the context in the Google Forms. It's also support to other kind of AshBy stuff. Time is limited, and this is kind of technical diagram here. And if you're interested, feel free to reach out to me later.
Want to comment? Nikhil, why don't you comment?
Well, thank you for doing this. I hate filling forms, so appreciate it.
Okay, great. That was good. Okay, grew up in Germany. Family comes from Eritrea. Very involved in the neuroscience research world, connected with the Harvard hospitals. Let's hear what she has to say. Go.
Can I have the printer?
Oh, yep.
Thank you. Okay. So, if clinical trials are the only way how new medicines can reach patients, why do 80% of trials fail? It's because patients, they can be recruited and at the right time and the right people. So my name is Maria and I'm the founder of BioSync. So we want to solve this problem. Only 5% of eligible patients enroll in trials. And that's not because they're unwilling, it's because they can find trials or understand the medical language. At the same time, clinical coordinator, they screen people for weeks who don't qualify. That leads to 55% of delayed trials, and at the same time, also 30% of trials fail to even enroll one single patient, and each failure costs over $1 billion US. So our solution is BioSync. It's an agentic AI that combines clinical trial matching and microtrials. Here's how it works. Can we play the video? Okay, perfect. So the user, they create an account, and afterwards they can search and filter trials and receive an AI-generated match score. And afterwards, they receive, instead of a medical overwhelming text, a concise summary, the key eligibility criteria, and also at the same time, they can contact the study coordinator directly. So what we do is we explain clinical trials, make it understandable and accessible to everyone. and also reduce the burden for the sites by pre-screening and connecting them with qualified patients. And at the same time, BioSync guides people who want to improve their health with microtrials. They can run clinical trials called microtrials on their own and track it over time. Next slide, please. So why now? The market is growing annually over 8%, and with almost $1 billion in serviceable market opportunity. And how do we earn revenue? Over qualified patient referral, over sponsored and visibility in BioSync, and also the partnership with other companies. We confirmed the user demand and also have it live on BioSync. And this is the team, and please join BioSync today. Thank you.
Yeah, Joan's been a great advisor for a bunch of our ventures groups. Any observations? Yep. All right, Daryl, real quick.
Yeah, but causation is the big question for me.
Great. All right, our next group is from Croatia and New York. They're at Sloan. Let's hear what they have to say. All right, go.
More than 80% of total internet traffic are videos, and we believe most of them are going to be AI generated soon. But we humans are weirded out by AI content, and let me explain you why. We have Zeno's arrow paradox. He argues motion cannot exist if an arrow occupies a space equal to itself at every instant of its flight. But modern math debunked it under the assumption that the arrow is continuous. However, when we apply this to AI video, the arrow loses its continuity. And because you have arrow at every instant that goes through diffusion and back and essentially becomes a new arrow. And this also breaks the concept of duration, which is how humans experience time. And that's why I had to spend more than $700 and 50 hours of manual work just to make a 45-second sequence for my AI movie research, infrastructure research. However, I wrote down all the problems I had and made Video Forge. Now I can make a similar sequence for $12 in just 11 minutes. And I just recorded myself doing that, so let's see it. So I wrote a high-level idea. For example, Harvard versus Yale, and I allowed the Agentic system, why is the video not playing though? And I allowed the Agentic system to break it down into narrative, characters, and the screenplay. Screenplay is further broken down into continuous start and end frames through daisy chaining, which ensure continuity, and then you have the video prompts connecting all together. The point of all that is that you still have the interactive node-based editor that allows you to refine and edit whatever you want. For some reason, the video is slow, but you can still edit everything just like in Adobe Premiere. Just this is AI native. And when you're happy with what you have, boom, you just click export, 11 minutes, $12. And this is how the video looks like.
My family is indigenous.
Come on. Oh, no. Wait. Will the video play? Please. Please. One more try. Can someone help? Who removed this? Oh, here it is. Oopsie.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 139th meeting of Harvard versus Yale.
Harvard and Yale are facing off at midfield.
Two ancient rivals, one historic battlefield. The game begins now.
And boom, you can now get this with Video Forge. It's available right now, so please try it, and thank you.
Great, excellent, yeah.
You need to fix this.
Yeah, no. Okay, so go this way, All right, thank you, all right. Grew up in Brooklyn, MBA from Oxford, and he's at the Kennedy School now, and he's Guatemalan Mayan, 50% Mayan, so I think that to me, that's kind of cool. All right, actually, any observations on the prior presentation? Anyone? Okay. Okay, Jason, the president of the Alumni Network for Cornell.
Yeah, I really love the previous presentation. And the perseverance very important to pursue entrepreneur journey. I really wish his future in Denver, like a multiple field try and success, like the video.
Yeah. He's the president of the PhD network, not the whole alumni network, but a good person to tap into. All right, bust a move.
Well, good morning. I'm Caesar. It's my colleague Joe, and what we're building is agentic systems at civic scale. You see, currently our cities are fragile. Our civic systems run on fragmentation, whether it's infrastructure, utilities, transportation, or mobility, and so on and so forth. And that fragmentation is fragility. And so we're building a civic nervous system, one orchestrator, every system connected across MCP, A2A, and NANDA. You can connect data sets, drones, humanoids, and sensors via one agentic layer. We've modeled this out during a crisis response situation during a hurricane. What typically takes around 2 to 3 hours with agentic systems will be down to as little as 15 to 30 minutes. No more interjurisdictional coordination, one agentic layer. The result, faster response and more lives saved. Did you press play on the video, please? Thank you. And so here in the demonstration, what I'm showcasing is Iris. And what Iris is our coordination system, once the video loads. And what I trained it on was on New York City's open information and data. And what it's doing, it's running optimization scenarios through agents and giving recommendations as to how to optimize what it currently has and how to navigate its resources. Then it draws upon 3 scenarios. It assesses the current scenario as to how the system is operating, what a scenario would look like with drone enhancements, and then it will also showcase what an agentic layer would look like, which will reduce times to about a minute, in a minute and a half. And this is a large market. Over $300 billion in attraction is real. We have 10 US cities on a demo wait list, 4 letters of intent, 3 agentic audits with DOTs, a demo in the UK and a demo in Asia. And really what we're set out is to answer the central question of our time, and that is how humanity will live in harmony with AI. And so we're building the Civic OS for the Civic AI era. Thank you.
Brendan, what do you got?
We just did a training with the city of Houston, and this is a problem they absolutely have. So it's great to see.
Right. All right, so Brendan likes it. Okay, so this next group, one is from INSEAD. He's visiting, he's a PhD student. One's from Taiwan, one's from Iran. They are AI, but spelled differently, very clever. Ladies and gentlemen, go.
Okay, good morning. I'm Steven, and with Ahmed and Winnie, we've developed AI. It is a human-generated name. We are very proud. I was going to start by saying, let's get into it, but we've already been into it for the past hour and a half. There are so many exciting AI agents that are being presented today that is just a small part of this larger AI agentic web, AI agentic society that is growing and growing. But I think there's a problem for most people who want to engage with it, which is, which AI agent do I use for a specific task, or process, or problem? I'm a researcher in economics. We call this economic screening in the human-to-human world. If you've ever bought a used car, you might also know this as the lemons problem. So that's what we're trying to solve. This occurs in kind of 3 steps. The first is you, as the user, go to our AI agent and you say, I've got the specific task, I've got a specific goal with this task, and I have a target audience in mind. And then the AI agent that we've created goes out to the sea of AI agents that exist and tries to find the 5 AI agents that are the closest match to what you've described. And then it says to those 5 agents, here is a long list of robust interview questions, gives it to those 5 agents, takes the questions back, analyzes the answers to those questions, and gives an aggregate score to then recommend to you which AI agent it thinks you should use. Right now, we're at stage 1, where we have a very specific use case, and we've tested on a specific group of agents. The next step would be to try to expand to all publicly available agents for the specific use case before then expanding to many different use cases for all publicly available agents. Do you know how to... Yeah. Is there a way to mute it?
No, you just back her.
Okay.
Just to play.
Okay. So 2 other things to mention in our demo. So when it finds these 5 agents, it's not just going to recommend which agent, but it's going to show you afterwards how it made the scores so that you can see the difference between the 5 agents and how it came to the recommendation. Additionally, based on the specific use case, it can actually sometimes help execute parts of what the agents are doing. So it can let one of the agents execute the task, but get that directly to you instead of having to go separately use that agent. Yeah, and that's our presentation.
So, can I?
Yeah, you say something. Yeah, go.
Yeah. So just want to add something that the final stage is the difference between, for example, the search engine is that it's not just indexing, or the second stage is make a sandbox to test those agents. Also, the last one is that do the complete task. For example, in this demo that you watched, he used social media as a scenario, but at the end you can also directly post it on your Instagram. So it's a difference between these.
Okay. Great. So here for time when you go that way. All right. Anyone want to react to that one? Okay, great.
I think this was an interesting idea and kind of synonymous to having personas. So would be curious if there's any level of customization that can happen to the existing agents too.
Great. All right. Our next speaker is from Canada, from Vancouver, and she's all excited to present. I asked her if she's nervous, and she said yes, but I think she's ready. Go.
Hello, I'm Jennifer. I am an engineer turned biologist, and I present to you Helixa Bio, which is a Agentic protein design platform. So protein design today is still very challenging. The process is through trial and error, it's iterative, it's slow. Even state-of-the-art computational tools are pretty hard to use. And so protein design is really important because the engineering and design enables breakthroughs in therapeutics, in diagnostics, and in research tools. So I present to you a agentic protein design platform where the agent is able to generate sequences, score based on state-of-the-art tools, and uses context, most importantly, and rank these top candidates that it generates, and we can send them straight to lab testing. Now, the solution here is to design proteins that can target other proteins that might cause disease, and we can use these to generate binders, inhibitors, and detectors. So I'll show you an example use case in the next slide. So here, okay, great, it plays. So here I'm selecting the target of what I want to design, and then I tell the agent what my design will be like. I give it my preference. So for here, for example, I select this one as my preference. There are many different things that agent generated for you to select for the start of your design choose. And then it will generate the sequences, and most importantly, it will rank the top candidates for you to send to the lab for the next steps. Now, the market opportunity, we're looking at biologics, we're looking at drugs that target PTM biology, and most importantly, we're looking at the emerging market of protein engineering. This will allow us to create better drugs, it will allow us to lower the cost of drugs, and it will also allow us to increase clinical trial success. So together, me and my tech lead, Shu Yang, we invite you to build with us. If you want to learn more about this project, if you want to contact us, scan the QR code or through the email. Thank you.
Okay. All right, Davey, say something.
I'd like to hear the distinction between what you're doing and, say, AlphaFold 3, because that's not very clear to me in terms of how protein folding works here.
Yep. All right, so Ken, can you stand up? So Ken bought the house that Daisuke used to live in. He was a pitcher that won us the World Series, in case you didn't know it. And I asked him if I could invade with 300 people and do an AI retreat. Do you remember that? Yeah. So these three met at the AI retreat. They didn't know each other, and they now have something that they're going to pitch. And I just asked them, are they just doing it for the grade, or are they going to continue right after? And they said, damn straight we're continuing. So this is going to be something. These are entrepreneurs who are going to go through a brick wall to make something happen. Let's see if it's any good.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. We're APAI, not API. That stands for Accounts Payable Intelligence Layer for Finance Team. Accounts payable, if you don't know, it sits in every organization. It is responsible for paying its suppliers for goods and services procured. Large enterprises all over the world receive more than 1 million invoices each year, and this sheer volume, consumes and overwhelms AP teams in these enterprises. And 1 in 5 actually triggers an exception. And I've passed through some physical invoices and POs to look at, you can do a spot a difference. This is basically an exception. And AP teams would typically, in reality, spend a lot of time just to coordinate between suppliers, AP teams, procurement teams, just to fix and validate an invoice. And this results in a very high manual processing cost, about $10 to $15 per invoice, as well as strained supplier relationship when there's a late payment or a delayed shipment.
That's why we're building APAI. It's an autonomous exception layer that sits on top of your existing ERP, procurement, communication, ticketing systems. It can understand every exception, identify the root cause, and it can create an resolution path and autonomously act on it. And on top of that is a single command sender for the accounts payable teams.
Here's a quick demo of our service. So the core infrastructure relies on a 3-step agentic workflow. This is the first one. Our first agent has access to OCR tools and the reasoning abilities to fill out these line orders. So once it processes, you can see these line orders are filled out. And then we do this once for the PO and then once for the invoice. The next step is the second agent, which handles the matching algorithm. It has the reasoning abilities and the oversight over a database to basically match and pair these invoice and POs, and therefore create diagnosis. So here you can see there's 3 issues detected, as well as the AI reasoning for it. You can have the direct line item comparisons, and then here's where we go to our third step, which is the AI escalation agent. This agent handles the essentially drafting emails, summarizing what the issues are. These emails are pulled directly from the papers as well, so it's completely automated. And yeah.
This is already a multi-billion-dollar market. Every single company in the world needs to pay their suppliers, and they are facing the same issue. Now, our differentiated insight is that we want to focus on large enterprises that handle millions of invoices, and they are not going to replace their legacy ERP, procurement systems, and ticketing systems with all the AI-native accounts payable solutions that you have seen out there. But they are still looking for a solution to the exceptions rates that are incredibly high. I am Giannis Penandinos. I'm currently an MBA student at Harvard, and before that, I used to be at McKinsey, and I have studied accounting. And we have Rui. He's a master's student at MIT in supply chain. He worked at procurement at Apple. And we have Tia with us, who is also a CS undergrad at MIT and previously worked at Amazon, AWS. And I just want to say we're looking for people that can advise us, and they have built previously intelligence layers on top of legacy systems, and also that can introduce us to big enterprises that face similar issues. We already tested our demo with 10,000 invoices. We validated the problem with 40.
Okay, you were done 30 seconds ago.
Okay, perfect. And we have validated the problem with 40 companies. Thank you.
Okay, Greece, Dallas, and Singapore. All right, anyone want to make an observation? All right, quick, go Yossi.
I love that it's a very elegant solution, but I do think you need to start with small businesses. I'm working for Wix, so I'll tell you later why I think so.
Okay, so our next person is a Gen Z, maybe millennial, just on the thing. She just revealed to me she has 5 hours of screen time a day, and she's not proud of that, but she's doing something about it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a self-help moment. Let's see what she's doing about it, and that could help a lot of people. Go.
Hi, everyone. I still remember the first class of the semester when we were talking about how agents could change the world. And the idea of a more decentralized internet of fragmented service was brought up. And at that moment, I know what problem I want to work on. Hi, everyone. I'm Rebecca Chen from MIT SDM, and this is an Echo, an AI for de-escalating digital discourse. Polarization is an invisible force breaking our digital society. Big platforms driven by profit, they optimized for user engagement. They conducted research finding out that engineering outrages work. And they do it by algorithm amplification, by creating echo chambers and manipulating identity polarizations. So what if we could see the trap before we actually fall into it? I'll directly jump into the demo. So here I'm using a mock web page to simulate a Reddit thread. This is a URL I paste, and you can see that the context is loaded. And on the right-hand side, there is an echo where it provides the polarization index of 85% and an emotional score with some insights about how this content is escalating adversaries. And for each comment, we could also see the insights and suggestions. So I received some positive reactions and also the request of improving the user experience. So what's next? The most importantly is the mobile integration where an Echo could monitor our social media apps. An Echo aims to be the counterforce to reclaim the agency of individual users and take back the control of our algorithm for our digital lives. Thank you.
Okay, anyone want to react? Okay, go Beth, and then Nikhil.
Even just as a Reddit interpreter, I really like the idea of being able to score what you see rather than having to scroll through all of it.
Thank you.
Love the idea. Just one question or term, business model.
Yep. Okay, Mexico and India, both Harvard and MIT. Let's see how well they work together, if they get on each other's nerves or whatever. Go.
Hello, I'm Ragank.
I'm Enrique.
And we're building Scout. Scout helps freelancers and SMBs answer inquiries, qualify leads, and book meetings easily. The problem is a lot of small, medium businesses spend a lot of time going back and forth, scheduling meetings, answering frequently asked questions, and also struggling to negotiate and so on. So we want to make that as easy as possible and remove any friction. So right now, even though we're just focusing on lead qualifying and scheduling, we want to be the entry point for SMBs into the Agentic web and automate most of their workflows.
So the setup is very easy. You just input your business details, your knowledge base, so information about your business, and connect to your calendar. And then our platform deploys an agent publicly that then you can share with people to talk to you. So here we see the knowledge base with information about how to qualify leads, instructions. Then we see the conversation. The agent is qualifying the lead. And then once it sees a valid customer, it suggests to book an appointment. The agent then tries to book it, and it's going to see that there's no time available, right? So it suggests alternate times. And then it's going to go ahead and then try to book again. And we can inspect the conversations. We can see what the agent is actually doing. Actively, it's going to go spin up a sandbox desktop, log into Calendly, fill out everything, add information about the conversation, and you can imagine, and then confirm to the user, right? And you can imagine then running any task in parallel, like maybe looking at the company's website, testing their product, so you can ask, the agent can ask more relevant questions while they're in the conversation. And we're looking to run pilots, so if you know a business or are looking to use something like this, please let us know.
Thank you.
No, nobody? Okay, next group, come on down. All right, both ex-military, Tel Aviv, and from Boston, from Canton, but lives in Weston. I don't know if what that statement makes, but let's see what they got. Go.
Okay, hello everybody. My name is Asaf and this is Josh, and we are building a Fragent, which is the agent friend that can help you search the web for products. The problem is, personally, it's my wife. She drives me crazy when she tries to search for things, but generally, there are so many products out there, and most of us don't know how to choose. So we don't know have the time or knowledge to search for products, and usually it ends with receiving biased recommendation, poor decisions, and a waste of time. So we want to consult with others, but with whom? So on the one hand, we want someone that really knows us enough, and on the other hand, we want someone who knows products that are out there and don't have like a conflict of interest. So the solution is Fragent. Fragent is like an AI agent ecosystem that can independently act and find other agents that are out there that have the most and the best knowledge and relevant knowledge to help you search for your product. And we can see in the demo that we can search, like in this demo, for a computer, then it search, just a moment, yes. It search for other agents that have relevant knowledge about computers, that have like experience with one, and give you authentic review about them, and saves you a lot of time.
Excellent. We'll go through the next few business slides real quick, but for market opportunity, obviously these numbers are really large, but the point being on the left-hand side, just a small fraction of the e-commerce business would be really significant. And on the right-hand side, companies are pouring massive amounts of dollars into personalized brand ads. So again, a small percentage of that would be significant. And then from a traction standpoint, we've successfully done MVP development. We've conducted thorough primary market research with strong interest. We've successfully been able to integrate into the agentic web, into NANDA, and we've been collaborating with MIT faculty who've been supporting kind of this concept of targeted branding for e-commerce. Thank you.
All right, anyone want to react? Yeah, go.
How do you expect the Amazons and the Walmarts to block your agents from figuring out to get the information, and how do you get around that?
Okay, yep, yeah, you can't answer, go. Okay. Yeah, no, find him afterwards. All right, come here. All right, so Izzy's from London, like worked on the largest streaming platform in China. Felix is from China, startup. He sold his company. I asked him, does he have to work again? He said, sort of. They're both in school now with a new idea. And he also worked at Amazon, AWS. Let's see if it's any good. Go.
Hey guys, I'm Izzy.
I'm Felix.
We're building Perry.ai. So it's the next generation of communication agentic system between content creators and brands. The problem is when I worked in influencer marketing, I realized that it's such a manual process. Like currently it's connected by the two ends by agencies, which are taking more than 30% of the brand deals. That's also why content creators, more than 70% of them actually, manage themselves. But that causes problem because they don't have enough time. They have time management issues. And on the brand side, they also hire a large team to just do cold reach out, which is a very inefficient way of spending their budget. Therefore, we built Perry, an agentic communication system between these two ends. So now you don't need to deal with your flooding inbox of emails from the content creator side. And on the brand side, you don't need to do cold reach out ever again and juggle between these analytical tools. So here we are showing a demo of brand side inputting a campaign inquiry. And it will instantly match you with the content creator needed and also do reach out for you instantly. And then the AI is able to negotiate on the content creator side instantly as well. So you just do all of these by a click of a button.
Right, so Market, by the way, it's live, it's Parrot-AI, check it out. Market, large market, we're in a special position because we not only provide autonomous AI workflow, but we serve both sides of the market. So not building a single agent, but an agentic web. Traction, Parrot is founded a little over a month ago, and 2 weeks in, we launched the content creator side of the product, and have since then onboarded almost 20 influencers, accumulating over 50 million followers globally. Right before Thanksgiving, we launched the beta side of the product and have since then partnered with a couple great brands such as Wayfair, Beauty Blender, so pretty strong signals. And team, I'll just leave the page here in case you want to read it, but it's a beautiful combination of domain expertise and engineering execution. So please talk to us if you're interested. We're fastly growing, so we appreciate all kinds of help. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, anyone want to respond?
Curious what your negotiation workflow might be like.
We'll have to show more.
Yeah, right. You find them afterwards. All right. In Israel, they call the Navy SEALs the manatees. And this guy was a Navy manatee in Israel. No, I made that up. They're called the Navy SEALs. And he gets shit done. Let's see if that plays out in what he's doing. Go.
Thank you. I should add this to my resume. Okay. Wait. Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Suri Simon. I'm from Israel. And let's start for our quick question. Who here is an international student? Please raise your hand. Or was an international student? Yeah, a lot of you. Now, keep your hand up if tax season around March and April stressed you out. Yeah. So international students face a very complicated rule system that they don't know how to navigate the US tax rules. Basically, existing rules just help them fill the form. They don't tell them what is wrong, what is right, and international students just end up filing their taxes in the wrong way. And this is exactly why Atlas Tax is here. Atlas Tax is your international cross-border agent. You just upload your W-2, your Spring Tax PDF, and investment data. The agent will interpret the visa, residency, and treaty, and it will flag missed exemption, identified refund opportunities, and will provide you with a clear, personalized capital gains recommendation. It will provide it in a report that will be easy to read. Let's see a quick demo. So you just upload the files, put your investment data, where you're coming from. This is the interpretation, run the agent, and you'll get the report, what you have to get back. Okay. And the market opportunity is huge. More than 1.1 million international students every year pay between $70 to $150, creating 160 million opportunity. And this does not include 700 international workers, global professionals, and digital nomads. So Atlas Tax is here to make tax filing from anxiety to clarity. Thank you very much.
All right, great. Yep. Anyone want to respond? All right, Richard, you haven't gone in a while.
Yeah, I wonder if this applies to also U.S. citizens having incomes from other countries and having to pay, having to be subject to IRS rules.
So Australia and North Canada, they thought it was clever that they're different polls. Sydney and University of Toronto. I was at the demo day that Emerson Collective did last week, and Johnny Ives had an interview with Sam Altman, and they were talking about the pendant or necklace or item that they're collaborating on that's top secret. And they said when you go to Times Square, inundated with information and it's hard to focus, and their new thing that's very secret is going to help with that. These guys are doing something similar for researchers. Let's hear what it is. Go.
Right. Hi, as a business owner or principal investigator or even just a graduate student, we always get drawn into the tons of messages we receive daily. So for example, as a graduate student myself, I receive the same message every day from my PI. Tim, what do you have done today? What is the update? And that's the motivation of creating this agentic tool we call it Vestra. And we want to automate this process. And we understand there are a lot of similar tools on the market, but there are actually a lot of better things that we have done for this tool. So here's just a general architecture of this tool. Two critical agents are actually differentiating from other products on the market. The first one is on the left, is the local agent, which can securely access the local files for the context and even suggest for attachment. And the second one is the learner agent on the bottom, which is actually inspired by this class. So it can actually be another you. It can mimic your tone. It can know if you get promoted, if you got graduated, if you move from another location to another location. It can learn from the conversation from all the contexts that you send, interact with others. Now let's do the demo.
So imagine Tim is very busy doing his research and don't want to talk to anyone. But I'm just being very annoying and bugging him for homework 3 and want to schedule a meeting.
This is Vistra AI. Before it writes a single word, it knows who Tim is. It knows that Tim is a grad student, and it knows exactly how to talk to his professors versus his friends. He can even tune the agents, making them precise for research data, but relaxed for personal plans. Now let's see it in action. So Tim has been away from his desk, so he hit sync. And instantly, Vestra processed a new email from Caroline. She needs Tim's homework 3 files and wants to meet. Usually this is a headache. Well, Tim had to dig the file for himself. But look at the agent chain below. Vestra is already doing it. The local agent scanned Tim's drive. It ignored the old drafts and found the exact zip file Caroline needs. 99% relevance. At the same time, the calendar agent found a free slot at 2 p.m. and tentatively blocked it out. And for the big picture, the assistant gives Tim a summary of conflicts he might have missed. And back in the outbox, the reply is already written, file attached, time confirmed, and Tim just needs to hit send. So Vestra AI handles the busy work so Tim can focus on the research.
Thank you.
Anyone want to join this team full time? Okay. Anyone have a question, observation? Right. Here, go that way. Yeah. All right, here, come. So Jane grew up, from Winnipeg, grew up in Paris, and she's a CTO of a company that has 300,000 users. Her co-founders are still running it. She's at Harvard Business School, and yeah, let's hear what she has.
Thank you. You receive 20, 50, 100 emails a day across 5 different inboxes. You send 5, 10, 20 emails every day. And you've probably tried one of these inbox tools. Maybe it's Superhuman, maybe another. Maybe you've installed some AI-enabled plugin for Chrome. And you've probably stopped using it. That's what happened for me with Superhuman. Downloaded it, thought it was awesome, learned the shortcuts. And then I got worried about user privacy, didn't want to give them access to the whole history of all my inboxes, and forgot the shortcuts. So I stopped using it. And it's a real shame, because I send maybe, I spend an hour every day sending emails, and I really need an assistant. Now, maybe some of you, especially in the front, have an executive assistant, but I don't. And that's why I created Danielle. Danielle is an executive assistant and email AI assistant that lives at the end of an email address. No learning curve, no onboarding, no client to install, and works across all your inboxes. Just email Danielle. Even your onboarding and integration of calendar, etc., are done by email. It's a pretty new, full email UI. So this is a pretty quick demo. I'm sorry it's in French. I guess I'm language blind. So I get an email from another person called Jane asking if we can meet on the 12th for the summit. And I'm just transferring that email to Daniel, asking what time could work that day. And then I'm going to wait a bit and get an answer. I could also have just CC'd Danielle and said, can you please handle this? with the classic, I'll let my assistant Danielle handle this, and then they would have handled the back and forth for me and set that email up and send me an invite. Right now it's pretty slow because I'm using a third-party email server, but it will be quicker ultimately. So yeah, these are the suggestions. It's a very simple demo because it's a simple product for everyday use and for everyone. Thank you.
Applauses. All right. Anyone want to say something during this? I'm going to call on someone if I. All right.
I really appreciate the simplicity. I think the focus on simplicity is going to be a key strategy. Don't lose that.
Okay. Masters in data science, 2 from China. I said, what's a fun fact? And they said, she's from Singapore. There you go. That's their humor.
Hello, everyone. We are Team Ava. We are building AI speech coach that lets anyone speak freely with real-time therapist-style feedback. So, wait, I'm so sorry. So here's the reality. Speech therapy works, but the system around it is failing. Millions of parents are stuck on the wait list, and clinics are overwhelmed, and 1 in 4 children having speech disorder are not able to get access to therapy. It's not because they don't want it, it's because the system can't keep up. So we are trying to build Ava to bridge the gap, and Michelle is going to introduce the solution.
Yeah, so our solution is pretty straightforward. So 1, the individual would be visiting their therapist and getting a specialized plan. And then from there, this would be inputted into our interface, and the user would then be able to interact and be able to complete the different exercises they have to do, along with any form of training plans, and then our AI analyses will spit out exactly how the individual can improve upon their different speech impediments with real-time feedback, as well as with progress tracking according to the different cadence that the therapist actually assigns them to do. So a simple demo with our interface is shown. So what you'll see here is that the user will first be able to select the type of speech impediment they have, and then also the complexity of the plan. And then from there, the specific statements will be given out to them to complete. And this is the portion in which the user is speaking into the interface for it to record exactly the starter or the kinds of speech impediments the individual has. And then, yeah, from there, the agent will then spit out the according improvement tactics.
Okay, brief overview of the market opportunities. A key number here, we have around 8 million of English speakers who has stuttering or other speech impairment, which could potentially be our users. If we reach a 2% of user conversion rate, that will be 150K of users for our product, which we think is possible because AI is seriously underutilized in the speech therapy field. Also, this is a growing market. In our business review, we anticipate a 9% of compound annual growth rate, which will lead to a 63 billion of market in 2030. That's why we think our product will be profitable. And this is our team. Thank you very much.
Okay, anyone want to react? All right, Greg, were you listening? Yeah, so what react? So Greg is famous.
Wondering how you deal with the different cultural, language, and translation issues across countries.
Okay, so if you know your math, we have completed 17/19ths of the presentation. That means we're down to the last 3. I'm going to make 2 observations. I was struck how, for many of the teams, they had never used this type of clicker, or they've never used a clicker before. So as someone who, I use clickers all the time, I find it kind of interesting that that's the other thing. And then I had another observation that I forgot. But here, this is our, we got 3 final ones. These guys love coffee, so they're doing something about it. And one's in computational, the other's in data system science.
Do we have the clicker? We will use it. We will use it. Okay. Hello, everyone. Today we are introducing an AI coffee brewing agent called Daily Drip. And first, let's talk about market. So the global coffee industry is a huge market, which is more than $200 billion today, and it is still growing steadily. But all the cafes face the same bottleneck: consistent coffee quality and barista productivity. Training a barista is expensive. It takes more than $2,000 per person, and it will take them more than 4 weeks before they can work independently. Moreover, the workforce turnover is high, so cafes end up repeating this training cost again and again. Our product will help cafes ramp people up faster, reduce training costs, and standardize the coffee quality. And here's a small demo video. Oh, wait. Okay, can you help me click the video? Yes.
Recipe Studio. Here you can generate brewing recipe for different coffee beans. You can either use the bean from your library, or you can manually input all the information. For example, here we generate for the coffee we just added. And also I want to add some customized notes. For example, I want a sweeter cup while clean body. Okay, here's the recipe.
As you can see, once the recipe is generated, this is what you see. Our visualization agent renders an intuitive, second-by-second timeline chart. It tells you how much water to add, exactly when to pour, and making sure you hit all the extraction mark in real time. Once you're done, you rate the cup. If you think the brew is slightly too acidic, the system learns from the rating, and it will automatically adjust the parameter for your next cup. As a next step, we're scaling from TeamLocks to a community cloud platform launching native mobile apps. This positions us strongly for the B2B growth, especially in the fast-expanding specialty coffee market in the Middle East, joining us in making the world brew smarter, track better, and savor more.
Thank you.
Okay, so anyone want to react? Okay, Gaybach.
I'd be curious about how you're integrating with the workflow of the barista itself.
Great. All right, so this is our second to last one, and that's our final team. They all are failed founders who are doing it again. They said it was sort of epic fails, and they want to work together, and it may be this or maybe something else, so that'll be a good closer. But I love this guy. Let's hear what he has to say. Yeah, you're the second to last best one. Yeah, that's the green button.
Hello. So we are Quantverse, a financial intelligence system that helps investors do stock analysis and investment research. So right now, the investors are overloaded with financial data. And if you go to ChatGPT, let's say, and ask for financial advice, it's going to give you very vague answers. It can hallucinate, and there's no way to verify if the sources and the reasoning. So this is where Quantverse comes in. We use real-time data and use RAG over verified financial documents to give you real insights. And we use ChatGPT, GPT-5, to generate answers based on those retrieved evidence. Let me show you how it works. So let's say you want to analyze Google. It will give you real-time data and insights from that and metrics. Let's say you can ask it financial questions like, what are the best performing stocks right now? It will give you comprehensive answers with sources. And you can even get your daily dose of market news from it. It will give you videos and articles, the latest videos and articles from that. Let's see. And then this is my favorite one. You can even ask it personal financial questions, like, I have $500, what do I do with it? So we have over 50 plus index documents and have 25 plus analyzed portfolios. Most of our early users were students who were always eager to use their tuition money for investment. And we are going to go forward with this with pilots, with fintech platforms, and adding a couple of more features to it. So if you are eager to use your savings, yeah, reach out.
Here, give the clicker to the other group. All right, any observations? Okay, great.
I think just to think about how you would differentiate with existing financial advisors and like Robinhood's, like they can just include the AI in their platforms and do the same thing. So how do you differentiate would be something to think about.
All right, the pizza's on its way. It'll be over there. I know none of you came just for the pizza, but I want to make sure you know that. Okay, let's give these guys a round of applause for being the last presentation. Okay. Don't mistake that for praise. That's just that you laugh.
We're here for the pizza.
Right.
So.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. And they're funny. All right, let's go.
Hi, everyone. I'm Ben. This is Amit, and that's Tom. We are building Rent for Me, and it's a pretty simple problem that we all had. In moving to a large metropolitan area, it was very hard to spend our time when we were at work scrolling through Zillow and trying to find the right apartment for us. So we thought this was the perfect moment to try an agent that can do that for us. Also, especially for international renters, Thomas from Poland, Amit's from Israel, moving to a new city was really tricky without having someone to do it for you. So we've built Rent for Me.
Yes, and the idea is very simple. You enter your preferences, you say where you want to live, what's your budget, and then you go on and live your life. The agent automatically reaches out to brokers on your behalf, books viewings, and potentially even puts in offers in your name if it matches the requirements you have set for the flat you're looking for.
So basically, it's a very simple 5-step process. You log into the site, we get your OAuth to connect to your calendars, we chat with you a little bit to understand what you're looking for, we review everything, you have a chance to change it if something goes wrong, if the AI hallucinates, everything is fine. You submit it, and then the agent just goes around. We have APIs for Zillow and for apartments. We're looking for listings that fits your profile. The agents corresponds that with the policy that you assigned. And then if you have something, it's actually using Twilio to go call, email, SMS, whatever the listing has. And then once it gets the actual viewing window, it schedules it directly into your site.
We basically have talked to a bunch of people who have this exact same problem. These quotes are not actually real quotes from those people. They're anonymized. But yeah, the point is that people are very excited at this prospect, and in chatting with the agent, they're really thrilled.
Yeah, would love to hear your thoughts. And next time you rent, why not hand it over to an agent?
You can try a demo at rentforme.vase.ai. Thanks so much. Thanks for being here, everyone.
All right, anyone want to respond, react? Okay, Richard.
Yeah, I'm curious if we have any plans to continually engage with the renters that have successfully found their place through your platform, because otherwise it's a constant churn for you, right? You always have to be finding leads.
Okay, so we just set a record. In 25 years, we've never had 38 presentations. And part of that is a function of AI, that it's such a powerful tool. We didn't encourage the students to go out and find co-founder of their initiatives from outside the class. They all broke up into smaller groups. And kind of like what Bing said, they could 10x or 1,000x their capacity with these tools. Thank you, judges, for being part of that. What I'd like to do now is invite all the judges up to stand here. I want to document that you were here. Unless you're an AI, then stay seated. But if you were really here, we're going to take a group photo here. And as you guys are coming up, I'm going to ask Nikolai on behalf of Ramesh and I and the rest of the class. And if you're one of the mentors or guest lecturers, also come up to this group photo. But Nikolai, on behalf of everyone, were you underwhelmed by our students? Were you proud? This was my second point. Of 38, all showed up. Like nobody chickened out. I mean, that's a good thing. But I was thinking maybe one or two would be late. They'd claim their dog ate their homework or something. But all were here and on time. But everyone, can you come up? And as you're coming up, Nikolai, can you just share as a proud parent what you thought of this class?
Yeah, I think it was a great. It was a great class, and I want to say that it was a team effort, and I want to thank course team, Frido, Maria, Pradyumna, Nihil, Ramesh, of course, because it was overwhelming, but we are very proud of what happened during this term, and all the teams that made it to the demo day. Nice. Thank you.
And any trends you surprised that students grabbed onto? That you think are a waste of time? Any things that you think they're prescient as to where the world is going?
Oh, everything is faster now, I think so. That teams were able, I already mentioned it, were able to do much more in less time. So, and MBAs wrote code and CS students did interviews. So it's very skilled world nowadays with AI. Reporter?
Ramesh, will you say something?
Yeah, I think I just want to, first of all, I want to thank everybody. Like I said, everybody showed up and everybody was here. I also want to thank the Sunday team that worked with us nearly every Sunday to help the teams build it out, and many Mondays as well, not just Sundays. Work in the evening, hacking at this. I think it's a real amazing culture in Cambridge, and I think the East Coast can show how some of the amazing innovations in AI agents and agentic web can actually go forward. I would say this is kind of the birthplace of the agentic web, just as World Wide Web has a birthplace at MIT, thanks to Tim Berners-Lee and his team. So I think we have something magical happening here. I think you'll remember this moment 30 years from now, that this was the first course in the whole world to talk about the agentic web. And not only the teams built something in the agentic web, but in the meantime, there's also a sandbox that emerged, a lot of them from our own team members here at MIT, but many of the students and teams actually use that sandbox to launch it. So it's all happening in real time. We didn't have any of this in August, and the world is changing, but we are, I think, moving twice as fast as what's happening externally. So I just want to say, everybody, I'm very, very proud of what everybody has been able to do, and especially want to thank the mentors and guests and reviewers and hackers and naysayers who kept us honest to get this going. So on to the next.
Well, and I would
phase
also
of
say
agentic
that
web.
I think Ramesh is onto something. I think higher ed is going to be evolving, and this kind of model where people are using technology is going to be more and more. I do want to call on two people who are both alumni of the class. He pitched here how long ago?
Last spring.
Last spring, and I think I mentioned I had him do a talk on his idea that's at 140,000 views just on that idea. And you're back as a judge, but maybe say what's your observation? Do you wish you were in this cohort and you're jealous?
That's one way to put it. A lot of good ideas. Things evolve a lot. I think just seeing how the class has transformed just in one semester and all the talent that's performing up here, it's really nice to see these ideas come together, and I'm looking forward to staying in touch.
Good to see you back here.
And then in a second, I'd like all the 38 team members also to get in a group shot. We have a wide angle, so come up here, and then you all are going to set up around the room. And judges, please interact, kick the tires. This is as special as what we just went through.
I did this class almost 2 years ago, and I can say one thing: we did not have as many demos as there are today. And I have left investment banking to be a founder, so a big thanks to this class, because this class really gave me the confidence to just go out of my comfort zone. So thank you, Ramesh.
Good to see you back.
Okay, so if you presented today, get up here.
Come up here.
And I see some judges.
Did you get this picture?
Jenny, yeah. All right. Well, we'll do one. We have.
Maybe stand up a little bit.
Where are the two cameras? I see one. Yeah. Where's the other one? Yeah.
Just go on the chair, maybe.
Yeah. But he might break the chair and sue us.
Do we have somebody up there?
Yeah. Maybe go up there.
But he's on the team member.
No, it's fine. It's wide angle. It's good. All right. So judges. Right. And if you were one of the 38, get up here. Except for him, he's taking a picture unless someone else can relieve him.
Shantanu, you want to say something? One of our teammates.
Thank you for putting me in spotlight, Ramesh. Thank you. Didn't expect it. First of all, it's the greatest class in the galaxy, at least on this side of the galaxy. Those who are here, consider yourself to be the pioneering batch of Agentic Web, Agentic AI, the first class, as Ramesh said, being taught here. Take an opportunity for it. Build a company,
she was over there.
Go sell it for $1 billion, and come back as an alumni to teach the next classes.
Maria come through. Yeah, all right. Well put, Shantanu. Maria, will you say something?
And give money to us.
Yeah, amazing pitches, everyone. I'm so surprised to see 30 teams, right, creating amazing products. 38, yeah. And also, a lot of teams are doing great with customers, revenue, and demos. So, great semester.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it's a wide angle, so yeah, and don't give bunny ears to a team you don't like.
And I especially want to thank Suzanne my admin. I don't know if Suzanne is here. Suzanne, come join us. And Nikhil and Pradyumna, who have been working nonstop for making this happen. Where's Nikhil? Let's give big hand of applause for Nikhil and Suzanne and everybody who's been working nonstop to make this happen.
This class happens again, and so students, you can't pitch again.
Yeah.
All right. Are photographers going?
All right, look up.
All right, can you go to the center? Or then you should be on that floor.
Too many obstructions there.
Okay, all right, walk down the yellow and walk around. Here, walk down, all right. So,
second floor.
Yeah. So shake hands with someone next to you you don't know. Ready, go. Go. Yeah, hey, how are you? Good luck in life. Yeah, all right, great. Are you really Australian or is that a fake accent?
Let's talk.
Here, go around. Hey, camera guy. Oh, yeah, oh, great. All right, okay, all right. So the lights are set up to illuminate us. That was on purpose.
Agentic web. Okay, everybody say agentic web with your hand up. Agentic web.
No taxation without representation.
Thank you, John.
So